Excellent. Shows that we're live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm just double checking here before I get us fully kicked off. All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. We are back with another one of our candidates. This time it's our Adams County Commissioner candidate, Eva Henry. Before we get started, you know I like to give basic housekeeping. If you're on here with us, please be sure to hit the like button on the video. Start commenting so I can give some recognition if you're tuning into the broadcast. I already see Councilor Bowles and our board chair, Brian Dice, tuning in. Thank you for continuing to watch these as we continue into the afternoon. I am Juliette Abdel, President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce, and I'm pleased to have my counterpart, Alberto Garcia, with me. I butchered his name this time. Alberto Garcia with me, who is our Legacy Award winner, also former Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Westminster, my strategic advisor to the Chamber, strong pro-business, pro-community individual. Thank you for being on here with us, Alberto, of course.
Thank you.
The quick comment that we received from Brian Dice was thanking you, Commissioner, for being on here and sharing your views and your positions with us. Let's get this thing kicked off and just have you share a little bit about yourself with folks, introduction about who you are and why you're seeking the office that you are.
Great, thank you. I raised my children as a struggling single mom in the house behind the one I grew up in. I know what it's like to go to bed hungry so my children have enough to eat. And I know what it's like to be one paycheck away from being homeless. I'm intimately aware of what a lot of our families are going through during these really difficult economic times. In 2012, I was elected to represent you as a county commissioner. And during the last 8 years, we have led in an amazing, drastic change in Adams County. We've invested in homegrown small businesses and economic development with a revolving loan fund for small businesses. Won the relocation of large new employers and aerospace companies to the Adams County, Colorado Air and Spaceport, and championed quality of life and outdoor civic spaces with $86 million in parks and open spaces. And with that said, I hope that everybody will support me in my re-election to County Commissioner.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. We're just going to dive right in here onto our 30-second rapid fire questions. Once you begin to start answering the question, that's when your time starts. Our county, our state, and even our country is divided right now. Can you give us an example of a time that you've worked together with the people of varying viewpoints to accomplish something positive?
I think local government, it definitely works differently than state or federal. I always say your solutions are at a local government level because we do work with a nonpartisan group of mayors and city council members. I think our examples can be on transportation, working on transportation. I work on DRCOG, Denver Region Council of Government, which is 57 local governments with 57 different varying views to bring transportation money into the county.
Thank you. What has been your biggest achievement?
There's a lot. I would say probably for me, it would be getting our spaceport license at our spaceport, Colorado Air and Spaceport.
Who do you most respect from the opposite political party?
There's been a few. I would say Mayor Ford in Commerce City, I respected. Mayor Herb Atchison in Westminster, I've had respected and a good working relationship with. So there's been quite a few actually that I work well together.
Thank you. What business experience do you have? And if elected, how will you draw from that experience to aid in our economic recovery?
I spent 18 years in the finance world before I became an elected official. I was an underwriter for a bank. So I understand the business of credit and how important it is for our business communities. And then my parents actually owned a small bakery when I was a little girl growing up. We lived in an apartment above the bakery.
Oh my gosh, yum.
Yeah, I was a fat kid, just so.
I mean, it'd be hard not to, though. What is the biggest challenge facing our county?
I think it's going to be the COVID recovery is going to be our biggest challenge right now. Getting our businesses back, making sure our small businesses have the support that they need and people have the jobs that they need to go back to.
So expanding a little bit on the business component in these trying times, what can our elected officials do to support local businesses?
I think making sure that we be listening to them. I think we need to listen to them and hear what they actually need. I think providing funding is also another way, and be able to support them however way they need us to support. My door is always open. I always want them to come into the office and let me know, either get out of their way or how we can actually help and support them.
What, if anything, would you change with how the county has responded to COVID?
I think the county has been a leader in the state with our recovery. We've actually brought up several recovery teams that we're working with, and we were the first county to actually do that. I think one thing that we could have done better in responding was the fact in bringing our municipal partners in with us on those decisions sooner than we had.
And what has been or will be the biggest challenge in this role for you?
I think the biggest challenge for me is going to be the recovery, working on that. Another one is trying to help with the partisan divide that has divided this country, the state, our communities, and trying to hold down the rhetoric that's actually going on.
How do you plan to keep the county safe in the instance of COVID?
I think in regards to that, we just basically need to make sure that we follow the guidelines of the CDPHE and of Tri-County Health Department.
Mhm. Do you feel like too much power has transferred away from elected representatives to unelected government employee roles, for example, in the county's health department? If so, how would you work to correct that? And if not, how would you work to increase communication between those agencies and the general public?
I think you need to have those that are specialists work in the areas that they need to be working in. In regards to Tri-County, I don't think you want politicians to make decisions for your health, because they're only going to make decisions that are popular or they have seen to think that's popular. I think making sure that communication is open and questions are answered respectfully.
And if elected, what is your top priority?
I have 3 top priorities, actually. My first one is going to be housing. Affordable housing for our communities is extremely important, especially now. We're looking at over 20,000 Adams County citizens being evicted over this COVID, and making sure that they stay in their homes. I think another one is bringing our businesses back. And then my third one is our environment.
Excellent. And if anyone is tuning in and has a question, please type it into the comment section of this broadcast so that we can pick that question up. Otherwise, we'll carry forward with our rapid fire questions that we've had in advance. And I'm not sure if I've asked this because I feel like I've asked, so many candidates, but if I haven't, how would you address the budget with competing interests?
We do what's a priority. The county commissioners have 5 priorities, and we work our budgets around those 5 priorities, basically, is how you do it.
Excellent. Who is your role model?
Oh, there's a lot of role models. I'm very fortunate to have a lot of people that have helped me become who I am. There's a lot of people in the community that I look up to that I ask for advice on. I would say way too many to actually mention in this very short segment. If you'd give me another, 10 minutes, I might be able to do it. But,
Right.
Yeah, but there's a lot in this community, so many people in this community that care about Adams County, that I look toward for advice and help.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you mentioned that. These are supposed to be sound bites, right? These are quick sound bites where you get interested in the candidates, and we want you to reach out to them and learn more about them, right? If you hear something, especially about the bakery, I'm already like, hey, do they still have it? I mean, I want some of that. So be sure to reach out to those candidates. We have Wayne Anderson sharing a quick hello to you, Commissioner. And of course, Councilor Bowles is sharing a good afternoon to you message. Thanks for everything that you're doing to assist Westminster residents, especially during this COVID era time. We have a little bit under a minute, so I'll probably say about 30 seconds for you to share in closing remarks to your audience on why they should look into your candidacy further and what you stand for.
It's because I've been hardworking. I've worked now as a commissioner for 8 years, and I really appreciate all the support I have gotten in this period of time. I would encourage people to go to evahenry.com for more information if they're looking for more information for me. On evahenry.com is actually my cell phone number and my personal email, so they can reach out to me personally.
Well, excellent. I think you have by far gone through these questions like a lot quicker than most people.
Well, that's because I'm not like Commissioner Tedesco. I have to, I don't speak as well as he does. Just saying.
Oh, that was a very nice way of saying that. But I appreciate all that all that you've done and for working with us and just being on here with us. It does speak volumes, and it helps whenever candidates are willing to come on here, answer questions from our business community, and share who they are and what they're all about. And of course, everybody that's tuned in, thank you guys for being on here since this morning. Be sure that you share this out with folks so that they know more about our candidates for Adams County Commissioner Eva Henry, who is seeking re-election on the Adams County side. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Eva and Alberto. We will be back on here with another candidate momentarily. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.